What is up, everybody? I just clicked. That's like a default intro video that StreamYard has. Yikes. I felt like I was stuck on a fucking elevator. What the hell was that? I'm going to come up with something better, maybe. But we do already have a panelist, so I'm just going to pull the OG of OGs up. Paula.
What's up?
Welcome in, Paula. You need no introduction.
Well,
Everybody
thank
knows who
you.
you are.
Not it. Well, yeah, maybe. Um, how do I? Don't laugh. How do I post this comment? How do I? I don't
This
post stuff on TikTok
what do you mean? How do you post the comment?
to share that link.
Oh, you should be at we'll just copy the link from the
I did.
text that I sent
I
and
did.
then just go and paste it into like a message, like a private message. That's what I was doing.
Oh,
'Cause
okay. I was
I
like, I got.
don't know if
I got
I don't
you.
know
I
if
got
it'll
you.
yeah, I don't
I
know if
got.
it'll show up on like somebody's video. It may, but you would say it and you'd never know if it worked or not. Good morning, Eric and the twin girls. Good morning to you all. Thank you for being here. The twin girls, is that, did you change your name? Who is that? Just curious if you're from TikTok. It's nice that we already have people in here, though. That's, see, like I said, it just takes some time, I guess. By the time people get used to this, I'll end up going back to TikTok. It'll be kind of weird, right? So I don't know if you saw the title, but people are, oh, and I need to change my Canva here, but people are starting to get fired left and right for some of the things that they've said about Charlie Kirk's unaliving, which in some instances makes sense, but at least one of them, like, I want to read this. It just doesn't seem like something somebody should be fired over. She said, looks like old Charlie spoke his fate into existence. Violence begets violence, or no, hate begets hate, zero sympathy. That person was fired for that. Does that seem right, Paula? Paula. I
Can
think
you hear
Paula
me?
maybe. Yes, I can now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was. I was doing something, but to get fired for your political views, that's not cool. But I guess
Well,
you
she,
can.
yeah, I mean, some of the people are saying disgusting shit. Not gonna lie, some of it's fun. I mean, I think you've seen it probably too. Some of
Mm-hmm.
those shit that people have said. It makes sense to like celebrate somebody's death, but is that I don't know? It just seems kind of weird that a company would be like, no, you've got to manufacture sorrow for this person. What? That seems weird to me.
You know
I
what's
don't like
weird? What's weird is that it's a silencing of your free speech, but everybody knows that free speech is only with your government, not with your employer. In fact, you don't even have rights when you
right.
walk into
None.
your employer's office.
And
I
I
know.
don't like that. I don't like that either.
Well, that's what
I-
I have an
I'm a little
anonymous account.
radical on here, and I don't know how it would work. But think about it. I feel like a business should not be allowed to silence your free speech unless it's like harming their business like
Well,
directly. Like you go
you
into
know
their,
what?
you know what I
Then
mean? Like
whoever they fired should come up on your live, and we should talk about it, and then we should just boycott that company.
that's not a bad idea actually to reach out to some of them and see if
Hmm.
they would come on the show.
Yeah,
I
and I
think
think that we should just drag their corporations and let people know that they actually do not believe in a First Amendment right
yeah,
of
I
their
mean
employees.
that's not a bad idea. Now the people that are like actually cheering, fuck those people. Because that's ridiculous. Like you're it's one thing to be like he
Shit,
spoke
21
what
inch rainbow
happened
collar we need.
and he spoke this into existence is not the same thing as like cheering what happened to him on,
It's just
right?
gross. It's just like our employers have, or corporations, businesses have far too much rights over their employees. I think we do need better labor rights, because you have to work. You have to 100% work. And I don't
Yeah,
think you should have to be forced to turn over, when I've
social
never
media.
done it, but like I've heard people say that when they've applied for a job, they had to let them know about their social media accounts.
Yep, and it's
I would
ridiculous.
just be like, that's none of your fucking business.
Yeah, I think there should be a law passed that says that you have no right to go like look at somebody's social media or discriminate against them because of something they've said. Because
Yeah,
if you believe in free speech, right? If you believe in the right to free speech, you'd think that you would employ that in your day to day. You know what I mean?
I do.
Instead
I
of
do.
saying, yeah, but I don't have to because that's only for the government. But if you believe it, then that should be part of your like compass.
I
And
mean,
that's
if
how
this
you
is the
should live
game
life.
we're going to play, I feel like we should. I mean, do we just get out our own fiddle and play along with it? Or do we try to pass legislation to stop it? I don't know.
I think legislation may be in order. Highbray, what say you? And the twin girls, who is this? If you're from TikTok, twin girls says, who is this Paula person? She sounds like this TikTok personality I know.
That's because I am, bitch. Sorry. I
Hey, you
wasn't
can
on
say
mute.
that shit. You
I'm
could
just
probably say
teasing.
cunt without issue
I
also.
know.
Although
Uh,
John Eastwood seems to get away with it without
Only if
any
you're in
fucking problem.
Australia.
I feel
yeah.
like maybe TikTok's algorithm hops over anybody saying cunt as if they sound Australian
Yep.
or English for that matter, because I think in England they say that shit too. But hi, Bray, what do you think? Like a law preventing a company from like going through your social media shit and discriminating against your political views?
Well, yeah, where the heck did you go?
I'm right
Just a second.
here. Where
Yeah,
did
I
you
know you are,
go?
but I'm trying to find the damn screen now. There we go. Okay. You got to close a few windows. The I was just trying to quickly find here. So I was telling Paula this morning we had a University of Toronto professor fired yesterday, and for what she said um, regarding the shooting.
Which is stupid
And
because it's not even in y'all's country.
no,
What the fuck?
although she, you know, the problem, of course, is we have a conservative government in Canada, in Ontario, which has a lot of influence over the universe. They don't have complete control, but the Minister of Education, or whatever the hell his title is, some guy. So we have our our House of Commons is a little bit like your House of Representatives, and so we have these people that are elected now within the elected are the premier's cabinet, unlike being selected from whatever's his buddies that are out there like you have in the United States. Our cabinet are made up, the premier selects from within the elected representatives. So this guy that is
And can't just pick anybody. They have to be part of the
of
people
the
who have been
elected body.
elected. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's pros and cons to it. I mean, in
Because
theory,
now they have
obviously,
to like have dueling roles where you're elected to do something, but then now you're doing something else. Is that weird?
you look after. I mean, the reality, of course, is that most cabinet ministers aren't really doing a lot of the work anyway. They've got people under them that are doing the bulk of the work, and they're bringing the final things to them to sign off on.
Okay.
And this is much the same. So we have a minister of colleges and universities, research excellence, and security. So he got his nose in a joint, or out of joint, I guess, over the comment that was made by this Dr. Marshall at U of T. Now, as a professor at a prominent university, she probably should know better than to say shooting it is honestly too good for so many of you fascist cunts.
Yikes.
Um, so like you there is, I mean, if you're a university professor, you should know better than to make a comment like that on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's that's certainly more distasteful than the other things we've been seeing people get fired over. But
yeah, and I
it's a
agree.
different
I mean,
fucking
I
country.
was looking at this
Weird.
list that shall remain nameless.
It's you're forcing morality. You're forcing a
Yeah,
morality on somebody, and I think that's kind of ridiculous a little bit.
and I think if it's, like my understanding is your First Amendment, can't it sort of stops at things like hate speech, calls for violence or insurrection. I mean, there's certain things that the First Amendment doesn't give you, and we have a freedom of speech within our Constitution, our Charter of Rights as well, and it's very similar. I mean, there's you freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom to say anything, and we've talked about this not just here but in society for years. The can't yell fire in a crowded theater. You know, there are limits,
Well, I mean,
and
technically, like hate speech is still it's legal. Like it can enhance something, but it can't on its own like be a charge. Like the
well, you
government.
can't like people get in trouble for screaming, let's kill all the Jays.
Well, that's different. That is a threat, and that may not even be something that they would criminalize if it's not
Depending on
something
the
that a
environment,
reasonable purpose
depending on
well
circumstances, of
would
course.
be, if it's not the threat itself. For example, a lot of Jewish people in Skokie, Illinois had taken refuge there, and so at some point, I don't remember what year it was, a bunch of Nazis wanted to do a fucking parade right through this Jewish town, and they said no and wouldn't give them a permit. Took it to the court, and the court was like, you can't stop them from doing this. As fucking disgusting as it is, they have a First Amendment right to do it. And so that's like even on the extreme end,
Yeah.
so hate speech by itself is not.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
by
hate
itself
speech in Canada, again, depending on circumstances. If I walk out in the middle of my little residential street and yell it probably doesn't mean squat. If I'm leading a parade of 500 people with guns, it might mean a little more. And I'm walking through the Jewish district of Toronto when I do it.
Yeah, so like well, for example, like how it would inflate a crime would be if you're saying the N word while you're harming a black person, for example.
Yeah.
That would enhance. We have laws that enhance that. What's that? Oh,
Okay. So I
you were
think, but
looking at
that's
me. I thought maybe you were waiting for me to. Anyway,
I guess that's
sorry.
where you got
Go
to
ahead.
look at the regulations. Look at the standards as to what, and maybe not just legal standards, but standards of common good sense. Like we're trying to promote turning down you're trying to promote turning down the temperature, and Paul has been trying to do that for a couple of days, with, sorry, Paula, mixed success.
Well, I
Sorry.
mean, it's hard to turn down the temperature when they're coming to these, grandiose conclusions about who did it and what.
Yeah.
And this is same party that, like, when Jussie Smollett came out, they were like,
Yeah.
wait for all the facts, wait for all the facts, wait for all the facts. And that's what
Yep.
they screamed over and over again. Turned out they were right.
Yep.
But now they don't care. And the facts come out, and what the fact is, there's a little morsel for everybody to pick from.
But at the end of the day, whoever the person is, I don't think we can paint a whole group of people with the same brush, right? Like,
Not at all.
the people who tried to mess around with Trump, they were registered Republicans. The people who assassinated the Minnesota representative, that was a Republican. And I didn't feel like
Far
every
right fucking
Republican
yep.
party was responsible for it, although I can make a very cogent argument that it was.
Right.
But they're going to
Yeah,
hold me accountable for what this jackoff did? Fuck that shit. Sorry, I'm getting mad now. Sorry.
Be mad. I mean, this is, I call it the Kirk unemployment spike. Because
Have you ever come across Marine Mum?
Yes.
Marine Mom.
Yeah, I have.
She
I've actually.
is she
What is?
normally a pretty right wing?
Yes, she's right. I would say she's on the right for sure.
She's running an interesting live this morning. While I was trying to find yours, I somehow ended up just while I was trying to find the link, she ended up on my TikTok, and she's trying to promote. It's interesting. She's pushing people to bring ideas to help bring America together. And she's not looking for rhetoric. She's people were coming up and spewing some stuff, and she was instantly dropping and blocking.
Okay, like what has been
She's
proposed?
live right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't catch much of it, but she was people that were bringing up just rhetoric. She had no use for. She was looking for people that were coming forward from either side of the spectrum. She's just looking for ideas that are practical. And somebody came up and said, talked about how well we need to start with our politicians and the people we're electing. And she says, I hear that every year. That's not a solution. We
No, it's
need
not.
to find solutions, ideas of what we can do that will work. It was just a very interesting. I only caught a few minutes of it, so I can't give you too much comment. But
I don't know.
um,
I would say the news media needs a big fucking going over. Our
yeah,
media
it
needs to be
does.
gone over because you've got, this entertainment, infotainment, if you want to call it that. It's bullshit. And you get a lot of these talking heads that just yap, and people listen to that. And then social media has also become a serious fucking problem
Yep.
for the vileness and vitriol that we see. Like 4chan, for example, you go over there, the worst of the fucking worst exists over there. And people like Tyler Robinson will find themselves in those circles, and they can become radicalized in that way. So how do you do that while you hold on to freedom? I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, it's a good thought experiment, I guess, to ask people, but I'm not sure she's going to get a lot of great ideas
Funny,
running off of
I thought for a
TikTok.
minute while I was listening, while I was just trying to find yours, I thought to myself, she needs to do a co-host with Paula because she says her whole background of 35 years was in broadcasting and media. And I thought, so you get Paula in there with her, who comes from the left side, but isn't a screaming radical, on and has finance and economics on her side, and put the two of them up there and get them working together.
No, I don't want to be around her. I mean, I'm looking at her live right now. She has Tumblr on there, and Tumblr
Yep.
was saying some pretty shitty stuff. Like he was going after Mojo. He put up up an image. Let me see if I can find it. I just was like, I know it's hard to
This
believe
was
that I can.
this wasn't this morning. This was a few days ago, or within
Yeah,
like yesterday, or yeah,
I'm at her live right now. Tumblr's on there,
yeah.
and
But do you
Tumblr's
have
saying
to? Sorry, go ahead.
no. Tumblr on his live yesterday, he had words aren't violence. Violence is. Grow up. Marxism and the left are a violent disease.
And see
Yeah.
that kind of language
Mm-hmm.
they have no problem with, but then they're like, it's the left
Oh
that's
my
so violent because they call us fascists all the time. And just like yesterday on your live, who was that came up and was saying that Yankee was like, oh, they've been calling us fascists for years. I'm like, bro, you guys have been calling me a socialist for fucking forever. So
a
and
real piece of shit.
they're
Wasn't
going to they're going to take over the country. They're going to take your pews. They're going to
well,
do.
what?
They've been saying the same shit, so
I
it's
agree.
stupid.
They come up on my live, and you know me, Tim. You know. I think you guys know me pretty well. I actually have a pretty big heart. I actually been raised to be considerate of others and the golden rule and all that. But
Yeah.
What
I
I was
know. I
worried
know
about,
you've got a good heart in this, Paula.
well, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm trying to hold on to it because after giving people a forum to discuss their feelings, I go on another live and hear them say, "Oh, tell Vader he's on a list," or say that you're next, or say that the whole Democratic Party is, this or that. And I don't hold that energy I mean, my God, how can you? I mean, I know you're mad, but goddamn, put your panties on. It's okay. It's gonna
Yep.
be okay. This whoever this person is did not represent anybody but
Nope.
himself.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, I'm
that whole
pretty
thing
like,
about personal accountability,
yeah.
it's like they don't want to actually apply that standard.
And I
They
think
just want to say it.
Yankee guy, I think his name was Nathan. Is that right? I had
Yep.
written his name down somewhere. He appears young-ish. I mean, he's a grown man, but he said that, oh, I go to liberal or Democratic protests and I try to interview people and they punch me or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck you. We had the Patriot Front come into Kansas City trying to inspire violence, trying to get people to respond to them. And I think that's what Nathan is doing. I think you want somebody to punch him. I think because you know what a smug little shit he can be. He wants you to punch him so that he can post it on his TikTok so he can get views. That's what I think.
Yeah, and I don't follow his channel a lot, but I've never seen a video of anybody punching him, and I imagine that, and maybe there's one. I imagine that he would have
Oh, I
had
could
a lot
imagine
of
you. He's
views
got a
off
very
of it,
punchable face.
and if oh yeah, no, he's the one that was up on the panel when he first came up, and I like the guy. Don't get me wrong. I think he's kind of hilarious because when he turns his camera on, he's just got that look, that smug look, like Paula said, and it just made people lose their fucking minds just by him having his camera on. So he does have one of those faces that somebody might want to punch. And
But
I,
that's what I'm saying. I think he
it's
probably goes out trolling for it, right?
right.
I'm not saying
He's
people.
trying to get reactions from people. That's exactly
Yes.
what he does.
Yeah. And I think he's like, yay, somebody's tried to harm me. I can post this and get views and people will give me,
Yep.
coinage. I think that's what
Yeah,
he's doing.
because he seemed genuine enough yesterday
I don't
because
think
I feel like he was maybe he was just putting on a face, and acting, what have you. But he does that. He goes around even to campuses and stuff and interviews people. That's what is like, he posts clips of it all the time. So that may have freaked him out.
let's
That
do an
may have
alt
freaked him
account
out.
called Charlie Kirk's Ghost. Sorry. Is it
Wow.
too soon? Too soon?
You created one or somebody
No,
else did?
I'm just thinking about creating one and go troll. Oh my God, they're just Tim, I just really do believe that Nathan came onto my panel for a purpose. He wasn't trying to be amicable. He wasn't looking for consensus for peace. What he was doing was trying to, just be a dick.
Well, I
Do you
was kind
think?
of surprised because you kept
Yeah, I
bringing
do.
people up that I wouldn't bring up. I kept looking and I'm going, I'm not bringing him up because I just know
Who?
he's coming
Like
up to be
Easy?
toxic, like easy. Yeah.
Well,
Fucking Easy.
I
I
know.
need to
I
hear some
you
Paula
words
know
from
what?
likes
Easy.
Easy.
I like him. I'm
But
sorry. I
here's the
like
thing.
Easy.
Yeah, here's the thing, Highbray. Like, as a creator, you come to have usually a different opinion about the people because you are treated differently than other people by the panelists typically. So it's
Yeah, but
it's
I
kind of
haven't
a
been
different.
finding that they've been respecting Paula over like yesterday and the with what she's been trying to do in having a a live where the climate's turned down and where people talk instead. Like we had a great talk this morning, and we had a couple of Republicans up there and a couple of lefts, and it was a great chat.
No, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. That Knights Templar guy almost got dropped several times because he was spousing some bullshit, in my opinion. but I let him stay because I was about to end the live anyway.
I think I've had him up on the show too once.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know, Paul. I mean, from my view, he was, you've had a lot more toxic guys than him.
I
I
know.
mean,
I know.
maybe there's some personal feeling there, that you feel better about EZ or something. But I mean, EZ's been a lot worse than Templar was.
That may be true. That could be true.
Sorry.
I don't know. Easy and I have a thing. I really enjoy talking to him when we talk
Yeah.
about economics. I don't know. He just scratches an itch for me. I can't explain it. But it makes me, he challenges the way he questions, it just challenges my beliefs and makes me struggle harder. And then I come away being better about it because
Yeah.
I've done
Who,
more
Easy?
research. Yeah. He and I talk
Oh my
before.
God.
I mean, he and I used to. I mean, early on, he was somebody that I would always engage with. But here's the deal: is that like you have what I'm seeing is like with Nathan yesterday. Whenever he started turning and pivoting his conversation to Charlie Kirk, and then he started saying stuff that the Democratic Party has, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was to the extent was that we're violent or violent
Yeah,
rhetoric.
we call him fascist.
But
Was
when
his
you
argument?
turned it around and you started calling him out, saying, "Well, hey, wait a second," and he would deny it. He would just sit there and say, "Oh, you don't remember." I don't know. I mean, he would just fucking deny the very existence of the heated rhetoric that resides within his own party. And when you do that, you're just a disingenuous fuck. I'm so mad right now. I need to take a pot gummy.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of shit, and like what we're seeing is just a heightened expansion of what has happened in the past, where everybody gets pissed off at each other. Yeah, hopefully it'll calm down. The rhetoric is a lot less now on like Twitter, and I think a lot of that stems from the fact that it was the quintessential shooter, right? Raised in a Republican household, religious, trained in using those weapons. And let's be honest, had the parents not, and let's assuming he's not just a patsy for somebody else, assuming this isn't like a larger job. Had his parents not trained him to use that weapon, he probably wouldn't have made that shot.
And when Charlie would be alive today.
And Charlie would be alive today.
I mean,
That's
you're
right.
right. And I can't believe you're being far more calm than I am. That's weird.
Well, I mean, I've been relatively consistent since the beginning, but I was irritated because I fucking knew what they were going to do. I knew what they were going to say. I knew the kind of shit we were going to have to deal with. And it's like, you fucking idiots. We've been dealing with this forever. And then just all of a sudden, this one guy, you're like, oh God, this is a problem. Like, fuck off. We just literally had an elected official assassinated in her house with her husband and her dog, and y'all didn't care. And Charlie Kirk's response, I don't think he ever addressed it, but his response would have been, well, I mean, that's part of being a free nation. I mean, hell, one of the most dangerous jobs in the country is the president. So it's not like, this country does have a history of political violence. We do. And, it sucks, but them making him out to be some fucking martyr, lying in state, fucking flying on Air Force. That's so gross to me. I don't know, but what can you do? And now people are going to jail because they didn't show enough sympathy.
Okay, I disagree with it. Okay, you're not going to change.
Who's that? I hear somebody.
Oh, I'm listening to Marine Mom. I'm so sorry. I thought I was muted.
No, I mean,
I
if
was
you want to go and watch Marine Mom,
nope. I don't.
come
I'm
back and
sorry. I
report.
don't. I don't want to go watch. I really don't. I just when Highbray said that she was trying to help calm down people, I was really interested in hearing what she was saying and doing. And I mean, she's got over 300 people in her room, and I just don't think she's
Well,
going
I have
to.
5 people.
Well, we're very important people. No, I just wanted to. I just was like, if she was actually doing things to try to get her side to calm the fuck down, I mean, I follow her already. I've talked to her on
Is
other
she and she
panels.
is conservative?
Yeah, she's okay. I mean, but she's not like.
Well, it's a good sign that she's at least trying to get
But
her
I
side
don't.
to calm down. Because that's
But
what
I
I
don't
said. I'm
know
like,
I don't know if she is anymore. Is what I'm saying. Because
you
all the
don't know if
people on.
she
Yeah,
is
the
a
people.
conservative anymore?
No,
Or
You want to be there for 6 months?
I don't know if she's if she's really trying to accomplish what calming her side down. I mean, she has people on her panel which have been the opposite.
does she stream to YouTube also? What's her name? Mama what?
Marine Mom, like
Marine Mom.
yeah, she's on TikToks, but
Well, we can watch.
I'm sorry, I wasn't really trying to. We don't.
Well,
have
no, I
to-
mean, I let me see. Marine Mom. Is it
You may
like
already follow her.
Marine? I don't follow a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
real Marine Mom.
Marine. Yeah, Marine. Let me go back. I just popped.
I think I found her.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen.
On here who's been to DEI training, like myself and
Let's
Gretchen
see if
there,
they
and probably
actually
some
care.
others that you've never been through DEI training at all.
Never.
Everybody has to. Every company you go to forces you to go through it.
Either.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
No.
We're
Oh,
not here to
crack. Well,
argue.
crack. Where did
We're
the
not here to
idea of
argue.
Where did the idea of equity come from?
Karl Marx.
Yeah, I was asking crack, but yeah, I know you knew Tumblr.
Who is this?
Hey, I wanted to say good morning, Marine Mom, first off. I heard you say
Michael.
earlier, hey, I heard you say earlier that you blame, and this is fair, I agree with you. I just want to get your insights
Who
as
the
someone that
fuck
was
is
in
talking?
media. You said you
It
blame
doesn't- it's not-
politicians and mainstream
It's not
media.
blinging.
The more what I'm understanding is, and I look at my own kids, this generation doesn't even know what a TV is, barely, let alone what mainstream media is. I think mainstream media is almost irrelevant at this point. Only, I mean, older boomers, on the right, watch Fox News. That's about it. that I know
Watch
of.
this. Hold on.
But it's almost irrelevant. So when you start to look at this kid, for example, and what's radicalizing people, they're deep in these subreddits. I mean, he was in the American Communist Party, and you see, and I'm not going to dismiss some of this far.
I talked about Reddit yesterday, so you're
Yeah, that's what I was
right.
going to ask you about. So, and the far right, there's some really hateful stuff going on over there. But in this case, right, we're looking at the radicalization of youth that come out of a
better not do
loving
it.
home, and this happens, right? So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that what happens is they get to college, and not only do they have they, and yes, let me back up because you made a couple points I want to not dismiss. First of all, you got to remember mainstream media from a point of watching it on TV anymore. No, now they are just in your phones, blitzing you with millions, actually 40,000 a day on
Okay.
average, headlines, right? And nobody reads them. Okay. Nobody reads the whole story, at least not these kids or not anybody, obviously, that, we're
That's
seeing
true.
that have kind of been radicalized, to be honest. They're not really reading the story, and they're only getting it from one source, right? And
Not
usually
reading
those
the story
sources
radicalizes
are
people?
trying to push a rhetoric, unfortunately. So, and we see it all the time. And it does happen on both sides, but unfortunately, a large part of the media is held by really left-leaning companies
lie.
or organizations or
That's a
funders.
lie.
My God.
And I know this because, again, I worked in it for a very
That's a
long time. I've
fucking
watched
lie.
the shift. But again, so that's part of it. Then you have the educators. You have
Now, can you hear me in this now? Yeah, you can.
the teachers
Yeah, I
unions
can hear
and stuff
you.
like that are heavily
Okay.
left.
Sure.
Okay. And so, and then you have that idea, and things are being taught at the high school level.
She's just
even at the
regurgitating
middle school
right
level,
wing talking
but then
points.
especially at the college level, right? So they're getting radicalized there as well. Okay. And so
At the college
and remember,
level.
they're probably
Lady,
not
he was
staying with
there
their
for a
parents at this time, which is
semester.
when you're
One
seeing this shift
semester.
and breakdown. But yes, they're also online.
At a
I agree with you.
Republican
Hey, Marine Mom.
Reddit,
college.
Can I just like everybody over the
That is
age
so
of 40
stupid.
knows this? This has been a
Thank
very
you.
long progression, right?
Thank you. Yep.
I
go
don't
ahead.
know if you're over anyone around that age. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It used
What?
to be you're just using the word socialism as a
Like
dog whistle.
fascism.
There's no socialism in the Democrat Party. You're crazy. You're just trying to that's just
Yeah.
hyperbolic, right?
Is that
Because
Tumblr?
that was when they were indoctrinating
I don't know.
kids for 2-3
Yeah,
decades.
I've got it
Yeah.
on and I'm seeing
Now-
the boxes light up.
Social, yes, we are all socialists, and it's
The interesting
good.
thing
Let me
about
tell you why.
her stream
So,
on
like,
YouTube,
people
there's
getting
no
into
delay.
politics now. If you were in politics 20 years ago, you used to be called a racist for calling Obama a socialist. Remember?
Yes.
There are no socialists.
I
You're
don't
just saying
remember
No,
that.
you were a racist for saying
But
he
where did
wasn't
that
born in the
rhetoric come
United
from now?
States.
Right. Who the fuck?
rhetoric?
What?
Who started saying that? Who started the shift to brand that, to push that movement, that idea, the ideology?
In America?
The universities.
The
at first.
universities.
And who else?
Bill Ayers was a big part of that.
Yeah.
And Saul Alinsky, the whole rest of them. They
And-
tried to have their little violent
And the elected
revolution.
officials
Yes. Yes.
and the media. And that's what I'm talking about, because they allowed them to speak it on it. They should have shut their asses
I want to
down.
ask the question about
so-
indoctrination, because
so,
I've been
we
indoctrinated
don't want
by
people to
a lot
talk.
of different
That's where this is
organizations.
going, y'all. I'm just that's where this is going. That's what they're going to do, because I've been seeing posts about this on Twitter also. They're like, oh, we got to bring back this month deal where you couldn't spread propaganda and you couldn't lie. We got to bring this back. They're gonna make it so that media gets nailed with some fine, or somebody goes to jail if they say something that Trump and these poor victimized Republicans get their feelings hurt over. That's what they're gonna do. Watch. They're gonna put forth some fucking piece of legislation, and then hold on, I'm gonna get out of there. It's just right-wing talking point being
Exactly.
regurgitated.
That's what I was
That's
like
it.
when
That's
when,
all it is.
when
She
Hybe was
doesn't
saying
care.
She was running a live trying to get people to settle down. That's it doesn't sound like. I mean, she may have tried to start doing it, but it's not where she's going.
Yeah, no, it's horseshit. In matter of fact, this is basically what Charlie Kirk would do. He would be civil when he was talking to somebody. I don't think anybody can, say otherwise, but the shit that he would say, if you tell somebody I'm going to harm your people, but you have a smile on your face and you're nice about it, how civil is that?
Yeah.
Right? You say the most horrendous shit, the most racist, vile shit about a group of people, but it's civil discourse. I didn't raise my voice. What do you mean?
I do not incite violence just because I said all transgendered people should not breathe anymore. I mean, that's what
the black people don't have the brain power, but did you see the inflection on my voice? It didn't even go up.
I am calling for civil discourse.
Right. And but in doing that, you're like, it's like smiling at somebody while you stab them in the chest.
I know. And that's just
Or
it.
the
I
back.
mean, I think, I was talking when I do believe in the First Amendment, and I do not believe Mr. Kirk should have been assassinated for his, and I don't want to say assassinated. I'm just going to say he was murdered, because I don't know what the fucking difference is, but he was not a political leader. He was not most Americans don't even know who he is. And it's sickening when they compare him to Martin Luther King Jr. It makes me want to vomit. But, he operated in a space that he had to hold extreme views and push the envelope and, get right up on that line, because that's how he made his money. He made his money just like Rush Limbaugh made his money. But somehow Rush Limbaugh managed to die of natural causes. So evidently most Democrats didn't give a shit about what that guy said. And I don't think we did about Charlie Kirk either.
Yeah, he Well, I mean, technically speaking, it would be an assassination. It's usually public figures for some kind of message or, symbols, some symbolism, what have you. So it is the right language,
I wouldn't call it that.
not that it matters, but
I wouldn't
I
call
mean,
it. I would
he,
call it
well,
what it is. He was murdered.
well, I mean, he was. That is also true.
Mhm.
But the action itself would be an assassination. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't
Well, they're
care enough.
lionizing him. They're canonizing him. They're making people
Yeah.
think he was this wonderful person. He was a
Well,
family
the shooter
guy.
did that. The
So
shooter
somebody,
did that. I
yeah,
mean,
and somebody said, "Oh, he was innocent," and I'm like, "What do you mean he was innocent? What was he innocent of?" I
yeah.
mean,
I mean,
Charlie Kirk put it out there, man. If I wanted to, if let me tell you what, if you want to lead a peaceful life, there's certain jobs that pretty much ensure you will have a peaceful life.
yeah, I mean, he got people to hate. He brought
That's
people into a hateful party,
he
and
did.
from a young age where you're very malleable, that was their goal. They wanted to push this. We hate education system because his overlords, I'm sure, want to ultimately make it so they can make money off of education. So the guy was groomed by rich people. This is part of a larger agenda. Charlie Kirk didn't just do this
Fuck,
on his own.
He was 31, Tim.
Yeah, he was right out of high school when he started.
This is the same party that wants to prosecute juveniles for offenses. They want to put them in prison as adults. So if we're going to apply the same the same thought processes to everybody, then Charlie Kirk does not get a free pass. If that 14-year-old does not get a pass. Do you see what I'm saying? And Charlie
Right.
Kirk was calculating.
Right. And it was very, very purposeful what he was doing. And not saying that like it's okay that somebody did that to him. That shouldn't have happened, but that's why the Unfuck America tour, that's why it pissed me off so bad whenever they destroyed that. Liberals destroyed their own fucking response to Charlie Kirk because he's been very, very successful in what he was doing. And you had one shot here, you had one job, and you fucked it up.
Well,
Liberals.
I do know this. My son is about that age, and he said that he and his friends did not know who Charlie Kirk was.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was a big name in the Republican side of things.
Yeah, but these young men are his age. They had no idea who he was. So he was not a figure that many people knew about. You had to be on the far right, or you had to be, politically active to even fucking know who this guy was. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. They had chapters that would be created in schools, in high schools, that Turning Point USA would set up and would push. So whether
most people didn't know who he was, Tim.
I don't know. I don't know.
You
if
and
that's
I know
true,
because we're political animals. But most people, as you
sure.
know, most people in the United States are not political animals. Most people do not even fucking.
Well, I mean, that's true. That most people aren't, but of the people that are, he was known.
Well, sure, but that's what I'm not. We're not having a disagreement over it with that. I agree. I'm just saying, when the right is making him out to be like Martin Luther King Jr., or that he was the equivalent of a president or a political leader, I don't think he was. I think he was just some guy out there trying to make fucking money, and that was it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was very good at what he did.
I know he was.
He was very successful at what he did. He was one of the reasons that the Republicans started grabbing up youth. And it worked. I mean, I know of people who were still in high school who were, trying to run for their local offices because of him, and were very, very vocal in their parties and stuff. And it's that's what the Democratic Party should have been doing, but we didn't. I don't know, chose to ignore them. And then the moment we did something, the Unfuck America tour was literally the response. That's why I think it was Dean was there. That's why he was there, was to combat the Charlie Kirk phenomenon.
But they were doing it the wrong way, though, because they were following Charlie. What they should have been doing is doing their own thing instead of trying to get Charlie to debate him, then which he would not do. Or if he did, it would just be they would yell out something at him. I saw the videos. I mean, I didn't see all of them, so I have to make space for the fact that maybe they did. But the videos I saw was they were actually, kind of like doing a counter protest. And, Charlie,
it
I
was
just
counter debating. It was counter debating
right.
because a lot of people would like wait in fucking line forever to get to talk to him. So they would
Yes.
flood those areas with these debaters on the
Mhm.
left, and they ended up with pockets. And the line to go see Charlie was a lot shorter because of what they were doing. Because they're
And
like, well, I'm not going to wait to go see this fucking guy when I've got one of these other ones over here.
but to assume that everybody there was to see Charlie Kirk supported him, is not true. Not everybody there
No,
supported
it's
him.
not true.
Some people were there just to hear him speak his nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, but he's also gotten people to change their opinions too. That's another thing he was pretty good at, and it was because I was civil. But for example, I can't find the video now, but one person had asked him a question about the Epstein files, and he just flat out said they need to release them. They need to charge everybody that was on it. He just did. That's why I still think that Israel had a hand in this somehow. I don't know.
I just think what we should do is we need to take statements that Mr. Kirk said that was antithetical to living in the United States, right? His views on women, minorities, transgender people. We just need to like make every fucking Republican own that shit. Do you believe that women should not be able to vote and that they should be under the thumb of their husband? Is that what you believe? Because that's what Charlie
They'll
espoused.
say yeah. They'll say that yes, they do believe it. This is one of the things that Republicans have an easier time with because they don't care.
But that's
Like
okay.
right,
We
it
don't. We're
doesn't
not,
bother them.
dude. We're not doing it we're doing it so that women see it. We need to do it so that independents see it. We need to do it so that persuadable voters see it and realize they don't want to be a part of that shit. That's what
I
we
mean,
do it for.
they're open about it. They're open about it, and they gloat about it, and then they criticize the left for criticizing them for it. It's weird. They just want to police all the words that you use. That's it's been an effective way to do it because all the, like, for example, the black fatigue shit that they came up with. We got this black fatigue. I'm tired of hearing about race. And for people who aren't racist but get sick of hearing about it all the time, they'll fucking buy into that shit. And it does push some of those people over to the Republican Party, even if they're not a racist. I've seen it happen. It's fucking weird. The draw they have is because they can say whatever the fuck they want and nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like they aren't held accountable for bad behavior. They're promoted for it. And how do what do you do to combat that, Paula? I don't know.
We do what we do. You just have to like take the most egregious things they say and that we just got to make them own that shit and and own it in ways that like I said, we're never going to get a MAGA voter. No, we're not getting them. We're not going to get most Republicans, especially conservatives. But what we can do is peel off, and that's all we need to do. We don't need to get all of them. We need to get some of them. We need to get independents that think, oh, well, I'm going to vote for tax cuts. Oh, no, I think women should have the right to vote. I think I'm going to vote for the party that supports women. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what Trump did in the
Yeah.
last election when he said no tax cuts on, or no taxes on tip, wink, wink, no taxes on Social Security, wink, wink. He did that toward the end of the campaign because he was behind Vice President Harris. They didn't need to get all the people, they needed to get just enough. And they did.
I mean, but they're
The whole Gaza thing. What?
I was just going to say, these are violent, vile people who people still gravitate towards. And, you know, you can focus on policy, right? And say, we're going to go whole hog with universal health care. You're not going to have to pay for your health care. This is what we're going to do, which we should do that. And I don't think we should fucking fuck around about it either.
I
I
agree.
think they should just fucking say that we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And, you know, maybe leave the social stuff aside and maybe, you know, even let, because racist and bigots exist, and maybe we don't focus and get emotional about them because we know they're there and their own people don't hold them accountable. So us bitching about them in that way, does it hold them accountable? So far, not.
No, but
they're
no,
winning.
I'm not talking about, I'm sorry, I'm not talking about holding the Republican Party at all accountable. I guess let me rephrase it. That needs to be hung around their neck. And people that are persuadable have to see this is what the Republican Party is now. They hate women, they hate Black people, they hate minorities, they hate Mexicans. I mean, this is who they are.
I mean, I think we've been doing that, though.
But we need
And
to
that's
keep
part-
doing it because Charlie Kirk, for whatever he was, he's espoused some horrible shit. And now
He
they're
did.
lionizing him.
He did, and it made him popular.
That's
for
right. And more
espousing
people will see
that
how
shit.
horrible he was, is what I'm saying. Just
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, he was a lot bigger than maybe you realize he was.
No, I'm just saying among my son's age group, they did not know who he was. My son and his
Okay.
friends did not know who he was.
Do they know Dean and Parker?
No, they do not. Because they're like most Americans. They're not interested in politics.
Well, if Charlie had showed up at your son's college or whatever, I'm certain that he would know, because they would go to it because it would be an event where other students
they're not
would be.
political. They would not be interested in they're not interested in politics like that. Most people are not as interested as we are. That's what I'm saying. I can be wrong. I'll concede I can be wrong. But I'm just saying they're not interested in that.
I mean, some of them are, though. And like you said, you just have to peel off a few. And if you can gain youth votes who are rabid in their passion to change something, you know, people who are young have a lot more stamina for this too. You know, if you can peel those off, they become fighters for life, and that's what he was doing. And he didn't convert them all, you know, obviously, and he didn't reach them all. But the ones he did, they turned into fucking just rabid supporters of MAGA. And that hatred fucking, you know, because I mean, think about that. They're open about their hate and they become popularized because of it. It blows me away. It's so easy to grift from them because of that. Like, you don't have to think about what you're saying. You just say it like, and if you're just trying to censor me. Oh, I'm a victim. Look at me. Oh, they're trying to censor me.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean,
but they'll come on my live and they'll be like, well, what did Charlie Kirk say? And when you tell them what he said, they're like, oh, well, they're trying to whitewash it. When you take what this man has said out loud, right? And when you ask them about it, they quickly try to whitewash it. They don't say he didn't say it. They just try to whitewash it and say, well, he wasn't calling for violence.
Yeah, there's context. Play the whole clip.
I know.
Yeah. It's like,
and
oh yeah, he said black people, that these people don't have the brain processing power, but he was just saying that about those people. He wasn't meaning black people.
I know that's the whole thing, is that I feel like maybe what we should start doing is just start talking about the stuff that this man said, and just
Yeah.
let's just talk about that every
Well,
day.
if you do that now on social media, you could lose your job.
I don't have a job because I'm retired.
Well, I'm just saying for, everybody,
I
I
know.
mean, because these people are losing their job over
I,
the
I know.
most like mundane posts. Hi, Bray, are you still with us, or are you watching Marine Mom regurgitate talking points? I don't think he's with us anymore.
Well, to be fair,
Oh, that's
when
funny.
you
I
and I
can
get to
unmute him.
talking, we kind of just, it's like we're on the phone talking.
Well, I mean, he's been muted this whole time. I know he was watching, and even you were watching.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see.
Yeah,
what you're
yeah. So I'll just, if he wants to come back, he can come back.
saying. Mhm.
I don't know. I'm probably just going to end it here in about 10 minutes anyway. Because when is the 16th? On Tuesday.
3 days. Yeah, you're back
So,
live in
well,
3
and
days, buddy.
Tuesday's my normal day. Yeah, because it was my first day back off of my days off that I got bananaed. But I can't go live until 11:22. Fucking stupid.
I think it is fucking stupid. I hate that. I think we should maybe start. Is there I don't know. Just start telling people. Do we tell people enough that you're on other platforms as well?
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about it more on there. I can even mute my TikTok and keep repeating it over there. Because you're not really even supposed to talk about YouTube over there. But here's what's crazy. This morning, almost every fucking comment I posted was removed for violating community guidelines. I have like 5 fucking comments that were taken down, and then I appealed, and then they approved the appeal.
Hey, did your agent tell you if there were any significant modifications to the TOS on TikTok?
Yeah, no, what I did was run, because I saw a bunch of videos. They're like, you can't criticize politicians. And I'm like, whatever. That doesn't make sense. So I took all of the old stuff and all of the new stuff, because they had posted the new guidelines. I ran it through AI, through its like deep research part. I don't know, it took like 45 fucking minutes for it to go through it all. And the changes were very minimal, really. It was a lot of it was just verbiage. They were making more compact some things. And I created a document. I actually posted it on Discord, and I sent it to my agent, and I'm like, how accurate is this? And she's like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. A lot of the shit that people are saying is bullshit. So yeah, it's pretty like standard stuff. But now I don't know if they've tweaked like their algorithm for when it auto catches something, because those comments that I made were like, for example, let me read one of these that got flagged for removal. And especially the live, because it separates the guidelines into the live guidelines. Those were, I mean, it was basically the same shit, just different language.
So I saw a comment real quick. I wanted to tell you about on that one of those websites collecting names. This teacher says him getting shot at school, as he was talking about school shootings and how gun control isn't the answer, will never not be funny to me.
Okay, say that again.
This woman said, a teacher said, Charlie Kirk at a school talking about school shooting and how we don't. Let me reread it. She says him getting shot at school, as he was talking about school shootings and how gun control isn't the answer, will never not be funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's
The irony.
it's
She should have just
understandable.
said will not be
Right.
ironic. I mean,
Right. I think
she-
the addition of funny is,
yeah,
probably what
she
got
had
her.
just said, she had just said ironic. because it is ironic.
Oh, I hope so. Keep your fingers thinking. Send us positive vibes tomorrow.
Okay. I muted. Hi, Bray. I muted you. I didn't know if that was like background speaking or not. So this is one of the comments that got removed. For the record, the video of cell phone dots happened frame before Kirk was struck, and that was removed.
Well, I saw it. Well, I saw the video you posted about the dots and the one that
Isn't that
the
fucking
error.
weird?
Yeah, I saw those posted this morning.
Yeah, isn't that fucking weird? No, I'm talking about comments about it. Like somebody had responded. I made a comment about it. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Yeah, not the video itself.
Mhm.
None of my videos have been removed, but it was the comment that I'd made in response to somebody else. Did you happen to see that video, Hybray?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
sorry,
so-
I had to mute for a minute. We had a phone call come in. That was kind of strange. I guess if you're inactive for a period of time, it kicks you out.
No, I kicked you because you didn't respond.
You kicked me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, fuck
yeah,
you.
because I had called on you and you didn't respond.
Oh,
so.
I'm sorry. I had the volume down because we had a phone call come in.
Yeah.
It's my wife's birthday today, so.
Did you see both of the videos, Paula?
Yes,
I done
did.
2.
Yeah, I did. I saw
Yeah.
both of them. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a little weird?
No,
Yeah.
I saw the video of the you mean of the shooting?
Well, the ones that I posted this morning.
Oh no, I didn't see that you posted them on YouTube or
on TikTok.
On TikTok.
Yeah. So, for example, well, where's that other one? Because I have to be careful with one of them because it's literally the video of him being shot. Let me find that frame. All right, I'm gonna put this up here real quick. And maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Fuck it.
TikTok and look at it.
Let me.
I can go to TikTok and look at it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to post it for everybody so everybody could see, all 6 people that are watching. Well, fuck it. It's not pulling up. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, there's a video you can see right before he struck in the frames. Right. Okay, I can hear that. Hybrid. Okay, I'm muted. Hybrid. Anyway, so there, right before he struck, you can see what looks like could be a bullet, could be a bug that's coming from like behind him into the, an angle behind him. Remember, because Paul, remember they caught that bullet on the one that hit Trump in the camera.
Oh, I vaguely remember. I'd have to pull it up and look at it, Tim.
Yeah. So now I don't know if this was a quick enough framed camera, but I mean, it could have been that because I mean, it's literally there, and then the next frame, it was in him. That white dot, because there's a lot of conspiracies running around about it. It's some of it, like there was a plane, for example, that left an hour after the shooting, and then as soon as it gets in the air, it turns its transponder off, which they're not allowed to do. And then when it comes back on about an hour later or so, it's coming back. And then they looked up who owned the plane. It was owned by this company, this Sheila Maxfield or something, who has ties to, I guess you can probably imagine which country I'm about to say. Yeah.
Russia?
No, our ally. Alleged ally. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of weird fucking things going on, but if they did that, if they were the ones to pull this off, you'd never know. We'll never know. They're that good.
Know. I mean,
nope.
We both know that no matter what the outcome is on this with that young man, that the shooter, no matter what, conspiracy theories are already forming, and they're already fermenting. And I don't know if they come out and say that he was left or if he was whatever. I mean, there's gonna be a large portion in the political sphere that aren't gonna believe it, because this administration has effectively destroyed faith in any governmental institution.
Yeah, well, and the government itself has destroyed any faith in its fucking institution. Because like I said in that one video, I'm like, this has like enough ideology for everybody to point at.
Yeah, there's something for everybody. That's
There
what
is
you
something.
said.
Yeah, there's something for everybody here.
Yeah.
And so nobody fucking knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. And that's what's even for like liberals to point out, oh, he's raised by Republicans. I mean, sure, but that doesn't mean anything either. You know, this guy could have fucking, for all we know, met Charles Manson or somebody like him, some fucking cult member. Do what, Hybray?
I'm saying thought I had you muted down. No, sorry, man. Okay. I'm just looking at your dots and trying to figure out
Isn't that weird?
what the heck's going on.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, I don't. Somebody had said it could have been one of those, like, you know, you can put those screen protectors where from an angle you can't see it. I don't know how that introduces those crazy dots. I don't know. And like, who, if he doesn't have one of those on and he's like recording nothing, it's totally black. Like, what? Seems weird. I don't know. But you know, you can always find weird shit. This is what Alex Jones did, because he would play those fucking videos of the kids like walking around in a circle and shit. And he would point that out. You remember that, Paula?
Yeah.
The $1 billion conspiracy. Jeez, the guy's an idiot.
Sometimes I wonder if we're gonna make it. Our country.
I mean,
sometimes I wonder.
I don't know, because now Donald Trump is about to send 1,000 troops into Louisiana. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah. And
Into New Orleans.
Nolans, yeah, of course. The difference there is that the governor actually will want,
passed.
you know,
because you know, I think I don't. Well,
he can't do it.
Do
the job.
Some days I hate it here.
Please do the job for me, Mr. Sky Daddy.
Oh yeah, I cannot control. Yeah, that's essentially. You know, the irony is that if people want their cities to be more safe and cleaner, raise your goddamn taxes. Pay for some more street cleaners. Pay for
That's
some more cops on the beat. I mean, they just don't. These red states, they just will not pony up the money for it. Or, I mean, you could probably make the same argument for Chicago. I don't know.
Yeah, well.
But I got to have Daddy come in here and fix it for me because I'm incompetent. That's the message, right?
I mean, essentially, yeah. But like, think of it this way. Kirk would say, oh, the deaths are worth it, right? The gun deaths are worth it to have the freedom. But then they're like, I'm going to get rid of my freedom and have armed fucking troops come into my city and do law enforcement there. Because that's what those troops are going to do, is law enforcement. The 1,000 troops that he's wanting to send in there. And they don't know what to say at any point in time. They just say what's the most convenient thing that comes to their mind, even when it makes them look like hypocrites. Because that actually it violates the logic in what Kirk would say, which is, oh, well, at least we have our freedoms. So what if?
Well, here's what are we not talking about, Tim? We're not talking about Russia. We're not talking about Jeffrey Epstein. We're not talking about the economy. We're not talking about his failed tariffs and his failed
diversion tactics.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We'll get back to Epstein. If this was an attempt to distract, Hybray, are you talking to us or are you talking in the background?
That's my wife making comments in the background about wondering when the girls are going to come out and say something more or release the lists. They keep saying they've got them and they're going to do it, but like the longer they wait, the more that people start to question, why are they waiting? What are they sitting on? you know?
Yeah, or the fact that Congress tabled that vote again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's
Charlie
going
Kirk
to
is
come back
given
up.
Charlie Kirk is given this administration a lot of cover right now.
He is, but it's
No
also
question.
going to come. I'm telling you, it's going to come back and bite them in the ass, because once these Republicans stop being so pissed off, and maybe that'll come, I assume it will, they'll go right back to what he was talking about. Honor him. That's what liberals need to push this. Like, you know what? You want to honor Charlie Kirk? Push it, the message that he had been pushing, because he was turning against them in the last several months. He criticized the attack in Doha, right to fucking Ben Shapiro's face. You should have seen the look on his fucking face. He was surprised, because, you know, Charlie Kirk had been pro-Israel. You know, I got Israel up my ass, so I'll do whatever they tell me to do. So then he comes out and he starts making the connection with Mossad, and then all of a sudden he's gone. So liberals can push Republicans along in that way. It's like, well, this is what Charlie Kirk would have wanted, because it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very open about it. He fucking spoke in front of thousands of people with Megyn Kelly about it. I don't know if you saw that video that I did, the one where I played all the clips of him, talking about this shit.
I can't, Tim, honestly, I can't remember hardly anything in this last few days. It's just been so unbelievably toxic, and I've been popping gummies all the time, to be fair. So,
Yeah. Well, let me see. I should be able to put this up. This is just one clip. And liberals can push Republicans this direction.
Do you think there's any intel community involvement in this?
I wouldn't be surprised one bit. I am convinced, based on my own sources and my own reporting on this story, he wasn't one of ours.
So he was an American, which leads basically three options: MI6, Saudi, or Mossad.
Yep.
Which one would you choose?
I guess Mossad, given his connection to Ghislaine Maxwell.
And did you notice the look on her face when she says that? Do you see the consternation there? The uncomfortableness? Let me play it again. Watch this.
Well,
she sighs.
Yeah.
And looks off to the side. She is not comfortable saying that, but she was kind of pushed into it. And what do you do?
So what does that mean?
well, I mean, it's possible that that's the reason everything's getting buried, that there is some treasure trove and it's getting buried because...
How many people here believe that? Raise your hand. Okay, I'd say about half the hands think that it's being buried because of an Israeli thing.
It could be. I really don't know.
I have no evidence to suggest that.
No, me neither. I did think it was very odd how, look, half of you raised your hands because you've heard that theory, you've heard it debated, you have questions, but the one time Pam Bondi was asked a question about this at the cabinet meeting on Monday, she was like, and as for whether he was an agent, that I don't know. I haven't looked into that. I'll get back to you. You haven't looked into it? What do you mean you haven't? So that was kind of a fishy answer.
And Megan, remember Alexander Acosta in 2007, he said he was told to treat Epstein carefully because he was an intel asset. That was one of Trump's cabinet secretaries who was literally a U.S. attorney 3 hours from here in Florida. He said that himself. I don't want to feed into any of the, let's just say, speculative theories, but Alexander Acosta himself talked about intel asset. And you have to wonder that the timing of all this, Sunday night, so you have the big, beautiful bill, you have Independence Day weekend. Why are you doing this on a Sunday night? Was it?
Bury it.
Oh, this is a hypothetical, which I hate those questions. What, if we just try to proceed, what is that?
And to his point, he's correct. Let me put this up.
Who's he talking to, liberal?
Megyn Kelly.
Oh, it is Megyn Kelly. Okay.
So let me put this up there. Oh, that's weird. Oh, what the hell? I removed the thing here. Remove from that's funny. Okay, let me right here. The first comes from a 2019 opinion in Daily Beast written by, according to Ward Alex Acosta, the Florida prosecutor who gave Epstein a sweetheart deal in mid-2000s that allowed him to serve a light jail sentence despite law enforcement's belief that he had abused dozens of girls, was asked about the case during his vetting to be named labor secretary during the first Trump administration. Quote, I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone, Acosta said. This was when he got that fucking outrageous deal where he basically, wasn't punished at all. He was given fucking, he had to sleep at jail, but he otherwise could leave and go and do whatever, had visitors, all that shit. And then there's another, less probably damning clip of him, like this right here. I'll just play the ones that I have here. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
If we just what?
Just try to proceed. No, don't address this. If the administration just
What the hell?
Her days are numbered. She can't recover from this.
Is any intel community involvement in this?
Okay, that's fucking weird. Oh, that's the wrong one. Jesus Christ. Here we
And
go.
that's what she says they found on his hard drives, like he was into this form of porn, like off the internet. But separately, they say he had at least 1,000 victims of his.
No, okay, so but 1,000 victims, unless we are to believe he personally was after every one of those victims, there has to be some other bad guys still alive that are powerful that did something to these children. Why are we not impaneling a special prosecutor to find every single one of these powerful people that went after these kids? What? Why are we putting up with this?
Yeah, I don't know. And I think you'll find
Am I understanding this correctly? Because I don't even remember.
I can't answer that.
I
because
don't
she
even know
won't tell
Pam
us.
Bondi said that. I can't even remember all this because it's all over. I got a thing on my desk. I got truckloads of stuff.
Yeah, no, we all have busy lives, and President Trump has a busy life, and I don't think he realizes how much she's humiliated the administration. This is a self-inflicted wound. She caused it. Again, I have nothing against.
I love how they instead of holding Donald Trump to account, they're blaming Pam Bondi for it, but still yet they're talking about it. Right?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, I was
pushing,
noticing that too.
Yeah, they and then here's this last one here. This is, and this was pretty recent to his
I think the
death.
DOJ should immediately move to unseal all the Epstein documents in the Southern District of New York.
Yeah.
Yep. So he was pushing against them pretty hard. So if liberals want to use this, that's what, because I agree. Whether there's Democrats that are on there or not, they need to start going after those fucking people. We know they won't, but we just hound them until they do. And so if you want to honor Charlie Kirk's memory, you fucking pushed him, get those Epstein files released, and you hold the people accountable that are on it. Thoughts?
I agree completely. It's they have to, but
And they're not.
I don't know. It's are they waiting until the enough temperature says that okay, they don't hold Trump accountable for being a rapist. They don't hold him accountable for failing businesses. They don't hold him accountable for cheating on taxes. They don't, there's the whole list of things that they don't hold him accountable for. So are they waiting until they figure that enough people are on the on places like TikTok and Insta and others? Once enough people are saying that, it doesn't really matter if Trump's on them or not, then they'll release them, once they think their base won't care.
I think Trump is biding time until they can figure out a way to release something and throw a bone to people without implicating him.
Yeah, well,
But
they tried that with all the blacked out pages, didn't they?
Right. And that's why I say you got to keep on top of that. And Charlie Kirk wanted this out there too. And is, Charlie Kirk, for example, would say shit like this. So I really don't care what Charlie Kirk wanted, but in this, I agree with them. But like this was Kirk's response to what happened in Nancy Pelosi. or Nancy Pelosi's husband.
And why is he still in jail? Why has he not been bailed out? By the way, if some amazing patriot out there in San Francisco or the Bay Area wants to really be a midterm hero, someone should go and bail this guy out. I bet his bail's like $30,000 or $40,000. Bail him out and then go ask him some questions.
And the person he's wanting to bail out was the attacker.
Why is he
Yes.
bailing him out?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. I had to
Yeah,
put my
the per-
charger on. It
The
is
person
amazing.
he's talking about bailing out was the person that went in there and attacked Pelosi's husband with a fucking hammer.
Exactly.
Why isn't he bailing him out? I mean, it's not like I'm sure that Charlie Kirk was short of money.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I mean,
go get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back, Tim.
sure. I mean, we can't ask him
We'll be
that
here.
now, but you know that, and he was smiling about it. So,
yeah,
you know, and people are like, "Oh my God, you should not celebrate this. You shouldn't do that." Like he could have killed Pelosi's husband, and that they were smiling, they were laughing about it. Republicans thought it was hilarious because they kept pushing that crap that it was his lover, and they were hooking up and they had a fight.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
Donald? Wasn't it DJ Jr. that was parading with a hammer or something, walking around with a hammer? Wasn't there some pictures of somebody that was close to Trump with a?
I don't know, maybe. And Trump has joked about it too.
They're not protecting Donald. Maybe they're protecting Jr.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Did anyone from Trump's camp laugh about Pelosi and then have a hammer as a prop? I mean, but that's like, you know, they want us to manufacture sorrow for him and then get people fired if we don't, while they themselves just made fun of it. They thought it was funny. I mean, it was, you know, they're, oh, hammer time. Trump in a speech mocked the attack. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, Trump himself had no empathy for it. Let's see. Trump said he would stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi if reelected president. How's her husband doing, by the way? And saying a wall around her house didn't do a good job of protecting her 82-year-old husband. Mocked President Biden, saying, "Let's indict this motherfucker."
I doubt it.
Yeah, I do, but other than that, I don't see any instances of somebody like carrying a hammer. He shared a meme. Yeah, that's okay. That's probably what you're referring to. Let me see if I can find a image of the meme. Donald Jr. mocks Paul Pelosi hammer attack as homophobic conspiracy theory, sweep right-wing media.
Oh, I got it. Donald J. This is from CNN. Donald J. Trump appears to think it's funny. Late Sunday night, Trump Jr. shared an image on social media of a hammer and a pair of underwear with the words, "Got my Paul Pelosi Halloween costume ready."
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking. I knew there was something with DJT Jr. and a hammer. I just couldn't remember exactly, but that's what it was.
And these are the people that demand that we manufacture some kind of fucking empathy for them. Yeah, I mean, the irony is not lost on me. The fucking hypocrisy. That's just constant hypocrisy from them. Oh, but you can't say that though, Hybrid, because it's violent language. It's making people hate them. Don't call us fascists, because people are supposed to hate fascists. We want to be fascists. We just don't want to be called them.
Yeah.
These people are fucking nuts. And, you know, I guess we'll see what happens from there. But I really think that is a good move from liberals to push the Epstein files even more on, you know, because that's what Kirk was pushing for. So if you want to honor his fucking memory, demand that Donald Trump release the Epstein files. There you go. And if you don't, that you're spitting on the memory of Epstein. Right? Anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut her down for now. I'm got some shit to do, and I'm excited to get back on TikTok and get more panelists up. You know, it's nothing wrong with YouTube, but it's, you know, it's nice having randos that can pop in from time to time. But again, if you guys, well, I can't say that on here.
It'd be nice if you could find it. If I don't know if you can you put the link for this? It seems to change every day, eh?
It does.
The
It
link.
changes for every live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but what, you know, you can share it to people also. Like you can copy that link and share it. It's the same link, and they can, you know, can join. But
I was like, I couldn't find it to get in until Paula sent it to me. I was having trouble finding it this morning.
Well, I didn't post it anywhere except for Discord. I posted it on Discord. Plus, I didn't wake up till 9 this morning. Well, I woke up at like midnight and stayed up till like 4 or 5 and then went back to sleep. You know, woke up at 9. So I didn't start till 9:30 or so.
Okay.
But either way, I mean, I'll be back on Tuesday. If something crazy happens over the next 2 days, I might go live or whatever. But other than that, I probably won't be back until Tuesday. Rest up.
Your things lifted on Tuesday?
Yeah, at 11:22 a.m. So I won't even start my normal time, but you know, at least it'll be something. I probably will have lost all of my fucking people. You know, they will have moved on.
Nah, I don't think you'll lose that many.
Well, I guess
it depends what you come forward with. I think you know, some thought to I don't know whether it's
Well, hi, I'm back. My name is Tim.
What are you guys talking about?
Just I was trying to think of some ideas as to Tim's coming back on Tuesday, unless anything exciting happens over the next couple of days. But I was just trying to think of what he could put in his caption that might help.
Thank you, Eric.
That might help bring some of the followers back.
You think you've lost followers, Tim?
Oh, I imagine there'll be fewer people, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess because I was gone for 5 days that one week, came back and had a bunch of fucking people watching. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You might just want to say you can't cancel the loudmouth. I like that.
I'm too loud to cancel.
That's what it is. Too loud to cancel.
Yeah.
But I do think
Have you drank out of your coffee cup?
I don't know if I am gonna drink out of it because I'm like, I think I'm that in my t-shirt. I just don't.
His son-in-law and son's on the Epstein list, not himself.
That's a good thought. Karen just said in the background, Trump could be protecting his son and son-in-laws on the list.
Or hell, maybe even pimped out his daughter.
But could you imagine if Kirshner was on the list?
Kirshner? Who's that?
What's his name? Her son-in-law.
Her son-in-law? Whose son-in-law?
Jared.
Her husband.
Oh, Jared. Well, I heard they were splitting up. But yeah,
maybe he's on the list.
He might be, or Jared's dad. Jared's dad was he'd gotten pardoned, wasn't it?
Oh, he's been in all kinds of shit. So yeah. I mean that could be the type of people he's protecting. It could be, people all think that it's only him, but it could be family too.
Well, in like Ehud Barak's emails were hacked. I haven't seen many people talk about that.
And can I just interject that it could be something like this. Trump could be saying it'd be a shame if that list came out with your name on it. World Liberty, Bitcoin.
Or just in Kirk's honor, let's talk about Epstein.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm trying to say is I think Trump could also be telling people who are on the list they need to give him some money, like blackmail, extortion.
Yep.
Oh, I have no doubt.
The fact that Mike Johnson said he was an FBI informant.
I know.
Like, I mean, if there's truth to that, it means that Donald Trump was doing something. That's how they get
Exactly.
information.
I know. That's what I was saying on a live is that the
Oops.
FBI doesn't make, average people,
Right.
or people who aren't involved, informants. It's got to be
Wait a minute.
somebody
Who's
from the
an FBI
inside.
informant? I lost you.
Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, said
Yeah.
that Trump was an FBI informant, and that like proved that he wasn't, engaging in that stuff.
But he did walk it back.
Oh, I missed
So,
that. Okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure he walked it back because Trump was like, "What, dude? What the fuck?"
Exactly.
And that's going to tell people that I had something to do with it, and I just kind of disregarded it as what a dumbass.
Well, it's like
but
people who go, well, Trump volunteered to help the victim's attorney. I'm like, back it up. He volunteered because he did not want to be deposed under oath. There's a big difference.
Andy says, I don't know, that Paula lady's growing leaps and bounds. Going to have to make sure she doesn't steal your time slot. Well, Andy, if you feel that way, you're welcome to stay over on her channel and you don't have to come to mine.
She won't be running against you, and you know it.
I'm sorry, but when I only have like 20 to 30 people and Lib's not in there, I don't think he's got any real competition in me. Just saying.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is that I do, but I've noticed other people that go live, they didn't grow as fast as I did. I don't know why or how.
You got that voice for radio, Lib.
Maybe that's true. I don't know. Maybe I should just fucking read a book on air. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Maybe I could just do Bible. Let's do Bible study.
Let's just elevate you to influencer. Can't say the word influencer status.
Influencer.
Let's make you a god incarnate.
Let's not.
Maybe we should just find those verses that the Christians want to ignore exist, and like where they're supposed to look after foreigners in their land and treat them as their brothers, and
Speaking of that,
discussion.
My son, we would stayed at this motel on the way back from Oklahoma, and in the fucking, they got those the Bibles that they put in the dresser drawers. Probably been in there since the 1980s. I was like, hey, did you make sure and double check, make sure you got everything? He's like, oh, I forgot my Gideon Bible. I was like, damn, boy, that's fucking funny. He's not religious. Like, my daughter went to church, but he never did. But I do have my trusty Bible here, so we can.
Your Trump Bible?
No, this is the Maxwell Leadership Bible. This is I went all out on this sucker. This one's got the. And matter of fact, the public school wanted to pay $75,000 to go to this leadership conference for the guy that made this Bible. And I'm like, I bitched about it at the board meeting. Oh, what the fuck are you guys spending that money for when you could like go anywhere and it's a fucking this religious nut job? Yeah, they ended up going. Or no, I think they voted against it because a lot of people were complaining about it, which doesn't happen often. But I'm trying to get to the first so I can do my God voice, if such a thing exists. Is that blasphemy?
I don't think
Andy,
so. I'm an atheist.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless. That's all I was going to do. I spent all that time for nothing. What a waste. But no, I mean, people are going to go where they're going to go. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens on Tuesday, because it won't be my normal time slot either. So I don't know how it'll look starting at 11:20, because usually around noon, the numbers start dropping. I think because people are like leaving work or getting off work. You know what I mean?
Well, you're coming on at what, 11:50 Central?
Well, 11:22 Central.
11:22 Central
is when my suspension ends. Yeah.
So that's 12:22 in the East. Yeah.
Now, to the people watching on YouTube, you can still watch. I will still be simulcasting. Ooh. Somebody give a hand. It's Well, never mind. I'm not going to say that joke. It's too soon. I
We'll
have to
just have
watch
to.
what I say.
I know. Or you're going to be on a list somewhere if you're
I'll
not
be on a
already.
list somewhere.
I feel like if you make it on a list, do we like have a celebration? Because does that raise your profile?
I don't know. Somebody sent me a message and they were like, Donald Trump said he was going to start suing everybody that calls him, a rapist or whatever, and a rapist, fucking rapist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that'd be the best thing for my brand. Like, so I don't know, but
Bring it on. Bring it on.
I don't know. I get along with conservatives too much, I think, for them to want to off me.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
There are a lot more crazy liberals out there than me.
Well, sure. I'm just like thinking about, I don't know how, I mean, hopefully I'll get over this. Like some of the people that I've spoken with on the right for months saying such vehemently repugnant things about Democratic Party. And I'm like thinking, well, what have I said about the Democratic or Republican Party? And I don't think I can compare it.
You've never threatened anybody.
I don't know. No, I have not. I've never said that their ideology is pure evil. I mean, I don't like their ideology. I think their ideology is crazy because it's basically simping for the rich.
Yeah, I mean, it's their ideology to me is, because violence comes, in my opinion, in many forms. It's not always like physical violence. If you hate a class of people and like the things you say about them will push others to also be, hateful towards them. To me, that's violent. Because that's and I don't like it. I don't like it, but I guess we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. It is 11, so I'll just drop it. And I guess, Paul, if you go live, I'll jump on there so we can boost your channel up to take over my time slot.
You're just, the funny part is you're not even nervous.
What about
because
what?
you know why? I like your show. If you're on, I'm not on because I'm on your show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my format's different now, so I don't, it's not as open. Though the last hour I will try to,
Have
build
a
the panel.
panel.
But then
Yeah.
it gets hard to stop the live because people are in the middle of a conversation and it's, I hate like interrupting them, but
I know, but I feel like we have to be better because it's fucking exhausting.
it is.
Like I'll let Highbray or any mod in there. If I have mods in there and I need to go take a big break, I'm like, all right, I'm taking a break. I'll be back, and I'll just walk away, stretch my legs, eat. Do you know what I mean? But it's still
Right.
like it's exhausting to host, and I'm kind of feeling like I need to put some tighter reins around it. And Tim, I just don't know how interested I am in having Republicans. I mean, some Republicans, sure, but I don't think I'm very guarded about who I let on my panel right now because
Yeah. If you care about viewers, the Republicans will bring up viewers because the train wreck happens.
yeah, they did that yesterday. I opened my live. It was crazy. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then, the moment they leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'm
it's
okay
weird
with
because these people will watch and then they'll galaxy the person that's causing the argument and the ruckus, right?
Yeah.
They'll galaxy them off the panel and then leave.
And then, and then nobody, And exactly. I will say
like
this, that I
weird.
did learn that, that I did learn that what Easy Maid's nemesis is, and it's Jackie. And I'm just saying, it was wonderful to watch because she was like, he thought he was the master of debate bro, but actually Jackie is. But I don't think she's a debate bro. I think she's very sincere, right?
Well, I think she's an attorney, is she not?
Yeah, that's what she said. But she's like,
Yeah.
if you agree, that it was bad, I'm not gonna hold it against you. I'm still gonna, don't worry about it. You can, and she just would go on and on and on and just wear him down like a water torture, right? It was beautiful to
she's good
watch.
at that. She's good at wearing people down.
I
I don't
know.
know that she.
My
I
panel
kind of
left,
question
but
if she is a
nonetheless,
lawyer.
yeah, she's a lawyer.
Well, the
It,
reason I question it is because a lawyer would know when to stop, and she doesn't know when to stop. She'll say the same thing 3 and 4 times,
but that's what
and
lawyers do. They
That's what
find
she's. But that's what
a
she's
way
doing
to repurpose what they've said in different ways, 12 different ways.
to persuade.
Yeah, because like for
I don't know. I
example,
listen to the people that are lawyers, and I don't hear them talking like that. I don't know. Maybe she is, but
Well, you could think
yeah,
about it this way: she's wearing them down. That's what she's. If you think of, I mean, that's the way I look at her, and I wish she wouldn't, nuke my panel.
and she
she
will.
costs you, Paula. She costs you a lot of people. If you watch the
Yeah,
numbers when she
I
gets on
know.
there, starts
I know.
talking, they drop.
I
Oh,
mean,
I know. I went
even my
from
mods like I can't. I can't, Paula. Sorry. And I was
one
like,
day I was at like 170 viewers,
yeah,
and
I
I don't
know.
know, maybe 3 minutes later I was down to like 110.
I
And
know.
it's and it was like you'll say land your plane. It's like okay, and go another 3 or 4 minutes. It's pretty funny.
Better though, because I'll be like, "You need to land your plane," and she'll like.
We can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's doing better at wrapping it up. I have to do better at encouraging her to get to her point.
Yeah. No,
I
same
know what you
here. I
mean.
I hate being rude.
I know, but goddamn, Tim, it's our live. It's your live.
Yeah. No, it'll unalive itself as a result of people that do that. And
Maybe I should.
there's
Yeah,
several people that do that.
yeah. Well,
I'm not going to
that's
name names.
after being your mod at the beginning and seeing that happen. I always try to be to the point. I don't always succeed, but I do try to be more succinct and brief because I don't want to do
And
that to
I
somebody
feel
else's life.
awkward as your mod, Paula, because I kind of don't really feel if you're there that it's my place to say anything or do anything. I kind of feel
No,
that if
it's
you want
not.
her to,
Yeah. If I'm there, don't. If I'm not saying anything, don't say anything
oh
because
no, I and you notice I haven't,
yeah, I do.
but
If I'm gone, though, I trust you to navigate the way you see fit.
yeah. Well, I
Well,
try to navigate how I feel you would want it navigated is what I try to do. I see mods take over for hosts and take the live in a completely different direction, and I kind of sit there and go, like you're as a mod, you're entrusted to look after the live for the host. It's not doesn't become your live.
unless you are, a certain specific 3 people who believe themselves to be the arbiter of what should be on a panel or not. Jesus fucking Christ.
I know. Oh, I
I
know.
can't.
Yeah,
I
but
can't.
here's the thing: is like I'm very lucky. I think the people who mod for me are people that are like-minded, and like you guys don't have to say, "Oh, I muted this person" or "I did that." I don't give a shit what other people think. You got.
Well, let me say it's easier for people to be more restrictive if they know they can be based on the host's wants than
Mhm.
it is for allowing some asshole to say asshole things.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
don't.
becomes an emotional response at that point, and they're like, I just want to fucking,
Well,
and
but
it's like, no.
well, Tim, like if you're modding for me and you hear somebody saying shit that endangers my life, you don't even need to
Yeah,
give them a
right,
warning. Just fucking drop them. There's too many
right.
people out. I don't care if I have 3 people. I don't care if it's just you and me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Well, I
issue is
mean,
that
and
it will go
I
ahead.
did that the other night when John and
Who was
That was
John?
crazy.
Who
Yeah.
was
or
going with
crazy,
them?
yeah,
It was
Easy,
John
easy.
and Easy. Yeah.
easy,
You,
yeah.
you
And I
dumb
mean,
cunt.
they were into it for like 10 or 15 seconds, and I just booted them both. I didn't even give them warning because I mean I
Yeah.
had made it clear before that wasn't the kind of live Paula wanted, and
Yeah.
the minute they went at each other's throats, I just booted both of them.
But you don't
Yeah,
even have to say my name.
I've
You can just say you guys are being completely
Yeah, but then he
inappropriate.
gets to put the blame on you, Paula. He doesn't have to be the
Oh,
bad
that
guy.
okay. That's cool. You can do that. That's cool. I
Like
don't. I
Paula
mean,
told me
Paula
that I could boot
says
John
snitches,
Eastwood
stitches. I
and
love John
Easy
Eastwood.
_made.
Yeah,
I
I know.
do like lively conversations, and it really depends on who it is that I can trust not to go somewhere dark or do something not just
Like
TikTok unfriendly, but just take it someplace where
I think theirs could have gone pretty unfriendly pretty fast. That's why I kicked them both. But anyway,
yeah,
I mean, I
you're
don't do
fine.
that very often. It's mostly warnings. And the thing about Jackie, of course, is that she's, there's Jackie's not saying anything inappropriate.
No, she's
right.
not.
Nor is it like completely and totally ridiculous either. It just
No.
she just says
She
The
talks a
same
while. She
thing.
does, but that's okay. I feel like it's useful to know. But she doesn't
yeah,
like coming up on my panel. I've seen that now, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's got to be a little balance, and I don't want to
We
be
need that
like,
timer, Paula.
good luck.
good
Oh,
luck.
she'll run right over it. She'll run
Yeah,
right over it. She will.
maybe.
That's
Yeah,
the two things I hate the most are people
mhm,
that won't stop interrupting and
mhm.
people that won't shut the fuck up. And I've
Well, and then
dropped people for
they'll
both.
go, I really love your live after not recognizing their other panelists. That's the thing I'm trying to work on is it's a boring discussion when it's one on one and they're just hoarding that conversation. It's very boring for the other people.
Yes, the panelists. Yep. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I went to one-on-one, because I'm like, and I'd found that, and maybe this is my own fault, is that when I would try to say something, people would just like keep talking or they would interrupt me, and then I would just, I would try to get it out, but I didn't want to jump in there,
Mhm.
and they would just keep doing it. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just do it
Well,
this way. Seems to work
I've
better.
been like, okay, boys, because it's usually boys, the men. I'll go, okay, boys, settle down. But yeah, they do it to
Well,
me too, though,
I know
Tim.
I may
Andy,
run a bit.
Andy
Yeah.
says, my 80, oh, look, a shiny can't handle Easy or Jackie very well. No, it's a lot. Easy's especially. He'll pivot and then pivot and pivot and pivot
Mhm.
again, like
He will.
in
I need to
within
work on him
30
too.
seconds.
I
It's
want to work
crazy.
on him too because it's, I did say in the panel, I did say I didn't want to, the whole thing is centered around you. I'm not doing it. But I
Yeah,
waited too
heard
long
that.
to
I was
say
like, oh, I almost said something, but it's too soon.
that's okay. I know. It's just like watching creators like you and Mojo and even, like creators I don't agree with to see how they manage their panels and their chat is very illuminating. There are creators that it's pretty much anything goes in the chat, because that does drive up your algorithm. The more people engage with your live,
And the more they hate it, the more they type, and the more, and it's crazy to watch because I will have a high number and it will slowly dwindle and just regular conversation, etc. The moment some jackass comes up there, I mean, it's almost immediate when the argument starts. Boom, numbers just start skyrocketing again, and it'll recover to 160, 200, whatever. It's fucking weird.
it is weird. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Paula was spicy on Mojo's last night.
Yes, I was. He came,
Oh, what?
he goes, Paula, you sound angry. That's not like you. Because on his life, he won't, I'm very tame because he'll fucking drop your ass. And I
Right.
go, well, I am angry. And then Civics was trying to school the panel, and I told him to sit down and be quiet. It's because I was talking. I was surprised I didn't get dropped.
That's funny. Well, I mean, I think it's because you gave a shot to people to vent and have, a moment in their emotions, and then they turned around and it wasn't,
wasn't
useful.
reciprocated.
Right.
They're
And
still over there in the
right. Yeah. They still violence, that hateful response. Yeah. So
And they
that's
won't, and they don't believe in the First Amendment. They don't. They do not.
no,
But I think we should start saying scurrilous things about Republicans now. Like I think I'm wanting to do a banner is when will MAGA stop being violent? You know what I'm saying? Just to piss them the fuck off, Tim. I'm so angry.
yeah, I mean, because they say it about us all the time.
Yeah.
They've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
That
And of course I don't mean that toward all Republicans, but just the people out there that are vilifying me. And I feel like if you're talking about the Democratic Party, I'm a member of the Democratic Party, and you're talking about me.
Yeah. See, I'm like 1 foot in, 1 foot out because
Because you have commitment issues.
No, I can't get on board with a lot of stuff. Because the party itself, it's like religion, right? It's when it's about the party and or the religion, that becomes problematic to me. When it's about the things inside of it, like what it's supposed to be for, what it represents, that's different. So when you are getting rid of the things that it's supposed to represent in order to protect the party and or the religion, I don't like that. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
do,
stick to
but
your
I'd also
values
say that.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, you lagged for a second.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say the only way you make change. I mean, I guess you can force change from the outside, but it's easier to affect change on the inside. I think we talked about this before. If like I've just been like, I vote. That's how I'm in the Democratic Party. I vote. I campaigned for Organizing for America, but that's it. And I don't like what's going on, but you know what? You have to do something more than just being on TikTok. You have to do something more than tweeting about or posting on X about it. If you want to actually see change, you have to do a little bit more work than writing a check, right? So my goal is to find out what the fuck
You
the
mean within the
Democratic
party or just
Yeah.
in the country as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, like for me personally, I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm realizing that if I want a better candidate, I have to be in the party. Like I can't just be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? Like I have
You
to
have to
go
help
to.
find that candidate and build that candidate.
Yeah, I got to be in the
Well,
party. I got to go to the meetings. I got to speak my mind. I got to raise holy hell. Because if I'm not doing that, then I'm letting other people do it.
I mean, good luck with that.
I know.
Find
but
your
let's
find
try
your
and see
local.
what happens.
Find your no. I mean, I've gone to the meetings. Find
Yeah, I
those
have
meetings
not.
and
I have not.
see how see how that works out.
Well,
And that's my problem. Like I vote based on my beliefs of policy.
I am trying
It just happens that Democrats serve more of those policies that I agree with. It's not, you know what I mean? I have no like love for either party because I think that's, I don't know. I'm not going to put party above my own like views. You know what I mean? Because then you end up with having to, like Republicans now, defend the indefensible. And I'm not going to
here's
do
what
that.
I believe. I believe in helping people. I believe in educating our children. I believe women have a right to choose. I believe that taxes are fucked up.
True.
And all of those align with one party. One party wants to put you 6 feet under or put you in the hospital and bankrupt you. And another party wants those things to not happen to you and want to do things that will help.
Sure. I mean, I can't say I disagree. And that's why I vote for Democrats.
Yeah, same. But if we don't get in there and rattle the cages, I think, if I want change, I have to participate. Is what I'm saying. I'm not participating, so I get what I get, and then I bitch about it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if I go and try, at least I tried.
Yeah, the Republicans are a lot better with this because they have all kinds of fucking meetings. They have all kinds of these, Republican women for, for whatever, and it's groups of people that meet and talk about it, and they'll invite guests that are usually like representatives that'll come there, and you don't really see much of that in the Democratic Party. They're all about the people that control it, and you're going to vote because if you don't vote for us, you're voting for a shitwad.
Well,
That's
what
kind
they're
of where the
counting on.
Democratic Party is. Right. And I don't think that's right. I think they need to do more outreach and actually reach people where they are. The problem is that there are some things I don't think they will budge on, which is,
But
you know,
when I
for
was doing
example,
Organizing for America, we did a lot of outreach. We absolutely did.
Organizing for America. What is that?
Oh, Barack Obama's campaign.
Oh, well, that was to reach voters. That's a little different though. I'm
I
talking
don't
about like
think
the
you heard
party
me.
itself.
Yeah, the Organizing for America, the Democratic Party has. What are they doing now? That's my problem. They're not representing now. That's what I need to be
I
a
mean,
part
what
of.
it may come down to, Paul, is actually, going out. I did this 2 elections ago here in Canada. I'd been a campaign manager the previous campaign, and I didn't really expect to do it again. But there was no candidate coming forward in the party that I was involved with, and so I went out and I found a candidate, and I pushed that candidate, and I worked with them, and I developed them, and we put them through to the party, and we got them the nomination, and that's that may be what you have to do. It may be getting people
Mm-hmm.
together with you and
Mm-hmm.
finding the person who you want. Everybody talks about grassroots. Well, that's grassroots organizing. It's starting
Exactly.
at the bottom. It's finding the right person, not just accepting who the party wants to put up.
I
Right.
agree.
Yep. And sometimes like Mamdani, look, Democratic Party still hasn't really backed this man at all.
But
that's
maybe
just
some
it.
candidates like that, or sorry, Paula, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bray. I've been talking a lot.
Well, I was just going to say maybe that's what the party needs. Is to have a few of these candidates that aren't their traditional candidates and wake up to the fact that the membership is what matters first, and it's the people the membership wants that matter, not who the party decides.
Right.
Yep.
And if you get enough of them, then the party's may start waking up to that.
I agree, but that's what I'm saying is I've been complacent and I haven't been participating in the party in a long time, and I think I need to start doing it, and I should, and I'm gonna have to now fucking find out what the Missouri Democratic Party of Missouri is doing, because I'm telling you, they're not doing shit.
Right. Yeah. And when you go in there, you're gonna like roll your eyes and be like, what in the fuck? This is what we're using to fight Republicans, like politically, not physically, but it's weird.
But realize when you go in there that it may mean putting your hand up for a position, because a lot of times these things are done because there's only a couple of people in there that care about it, and they're running the show.
Exactly.
But those people have their own egos too, and that's something you'll also have to combat. Where
no,
they're
I'm good with that. I just need to start doing it. I'll be good.
Anyway, we got you motivated. Go take your super gummy and.
It is Brownie Saturday, so I need to get brownies going so I can then pop my gummy and have a better day. I'll do a live thing just a little bit. So if you want to pop over,
well, it's Karen's birthday, so I may or may not be on. We're going out for dinner to a restaurant.
Happy birthday!
Oh yeah, we got a nice restaurant booked. So
happy birthday, Karen!
She's in the background right now, but I'll pass it on.
Yeah, she needs
Liberal
to have her
Loudmouth
own
says,
TikTok.
"Happy birthday to you."
And please have her get an account on TikTok, and so I can have her up on my live.
Yeah, do this.
Can't see it happening, but I'll ask her. All righty. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Maybe I'll catch you later in the day.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you being up. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye.